Hi, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. I'm Miranda. This is my colleague, Steve. We're really excited to get going here. We're just going to give it a few more minutes for everyone to join. We've got a couple of minutes before we kick it off here. In the meantime, as you're joining us, feel free to drop a message in the chat to let us know where you're located or maybe the name of your business. We are a global company, so we love seeing where all of the Easy Facility customers are located and where everyone's calling in today, as well as what industry you're in or the type of business you're working into. I personally am located outside of Philadelphia in the US. And Steve, tell us where you're located.
Yes, I'm just outside of London in the UK. So we've got a wide variety just already on this panel.
There we go, perfect. Already representing a couple of continents.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Some more people joining us. I know I, for one, am really excited about this topic. It was a fun one to prepare for, I thought. There's such great data on mobile marketing, and I'm really looking forward to sharing it with everyone.
Yeah, just as I'm sure when we start the webinar itself, there's so many stats just around mobile apps and the usage of mobile apps. So it was nice to put some of those together and kind of see how that compares to our clients and also the sport and fitness industry.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel like there's so much here for everyone, and it's really sort of an underestimated part of marketing, which gets me really excited. As a marketer myself, I'm always looking for maybe something the competition hasn't tried yet that I can get my hands on first. So it's a really great topic. For those of you who are just joining us, we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes here where I know we're right at the starting time. We'll just give a couple more minutes for people to join. We see more people trickling in here. As you're joining us, feel free to drop a message in the chat to let us know you're located. We love seeing where all of the Easy Facility customers are located and also hearing about the type of industry or business that you run. So feel free to drop a message there. And also let us know if you can see and hear us okay, if you can see our slides up on screen. Just check that everything is working technically for you. Probably give it just one more minute here before we kick off.
See, we've got Warwick, New York, and Oklahoma. A few I can see coming in, which is great.
Nice.
Quite a wide range of industries as well, also, which is brilliant.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, and I think we mentioned, you know, the great thing about mobile marketing is it really works well across industries, and there are different ways you can customize. So I think there's going to be great advice for everyone in here. Track and field facility. I ran track in high school and college, so that's good memories there. Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. I think we'll go ahead and get started now. I'll kick it off for us. Today we'll be talking about 8 mobile marketing tips for sales and retention with Easy Facilities branded app. Sorry, can you go to the next slide? Thanks. I'll just be talking through a little bit of the agenda here. First, we'll be covering some of the benefits of mobile apps versus mobile websites or other types of marketing that you might already be doing for your business. We'll talk about 8 ways to use mobile apps for marketing and retention. specifically 8 practical techniques that you can use once you have a custom mobile app for your business. We'll talk about the 3 easy steps to create your own custom app. It's a lot easier than most people think and very user-friendly, so we'll go through that process with you. And then at the end, we'll have a live Q&A session, so you can feel free to ask questions specifically about your business or getting started with a mobile app, or how this can work with your other marketing that you're doing. To introduce the 2 of us, will be your presenters today. Mainly it's Steve Guscott, our operations manager for Easy Facility. We'll be talking you through all of the points that I just mentioned on the agenda there. He has helped hundreds of businesses like yours optimize their facilities, their operations, their scheduling, marketing, billing, and other types of management through our software. And in particular, he's helped a lot of businesses adopt mobile marketing through our custom branded app. So really excited to hear what he has to share and some of the best practices that he's been able to implement with our other customers. I'm Miranda. I'm the marketing manager here at Easy Facility, and I'll be your moderator today. I'll mostly be in the background to help out with questions and our live Q&A at the end of the presentation. And as I mentioned, there will be live Q&A at the end, so feel free at any point to drop your questions into the chat, and we'll make sure to prioritize those and get to as many as possible at the end of the presentation. If you are an Easy Facility customer and do have a technical support question, we will be more focused on answering questions related to the presentation during today's Q&A. So if you need technical support of any kind, feel free to shoot that over to our support team. Also, you will receive a recording of the webinar within 24 hours after it's completed. So make sure to look out for that, as well as the special bonus that we have for you in the email follow-up that you'll receive with the recording. All right, I will turn it over to you, Steve, to take us through mobile marketing.
Thanks, Miranda. Thanks for that intro. And really thanks to everyone who's joined us today. We do really know how valuable your time is, kind of especially as we get closer and closer to the holidays. So we do appreciate you taking the time to listen in. As Miranda said, obviously the main goal of this webinar is to talk you through our 8 mobile marketing tips for sales and retention. But also throughout this webinar, I really want to focus on what we see as the benefits of having a mobile branded app for your business. And whilst also giving you an understanding of how we can create a branded mobile app for Easy Facility customers that they can have available to download in the Apple App Store or the Android Google Play Store quickly, easily, and the benefits of having one. So I just want to begin this webinar before we get into those 8 tips by highlighting what we see as key benefits to using a branded mobile app versus an alternative like mobile websites. There's obviously been plenty of research done. As if you were listening to you joined early to the call today, we were just discussing some of the research that's been done on branded mobile apps and marketing within a mobile app. So there's a lot of research to go on. So I just really want to start by going through what we see as the benefits of an app versus using a mobile website. The first one we've got there is 85% of users feel more comfortable on an app than they do a mobile website. I don't know about you, but the ease of unlocking your phone and seeing that icon there on your home screen or in one of your folders on the home screen, and knowing that you can go straight in where you need to be without having to navigate through a website, it really does put people at ease. Not having to scroll left or right or up and down or zoom in because you can't see what's going on. So having the ease and making things easy for your customers should really be of key importance. 90% of time on mobile devices is spent in apps. Now, I'm an iPhone user, but I know there is an Android equivalent. But every Monday morning, I get that message pops up on my screen that says your screen time was up 20% last week. And like at that point, if I haven't thrown my phone out the window, then I'm actually stopping and looking at the data, and it really is amazing to see where you actually spend your time when you're using your device. Now, I'm sure I'm as guilty as everyone is of spending too much time on social media, but when you actually kind of drill into the data and see where, when you pick up your phone, where you're spending your time, it really is eye-opening to see how much of that time you are spending on an app. And every business has an app these days, whatever purpose they've got it for. It may be used for driving sales, it may be used for marketing, or often it's just an app because they want to have that presence in the app store and fit all needs of a user, and being able to have an app is, as a client, we've come to expect a business to have an app. The user experience, an app is designed to fit the screen of your device. A mobile website, it may have been designed initially for a much larger screen. So I mentioned before, not having to zoom in. You know, you can't see something and you're zooming in to try and see what that word says, or you're scrolling across because, you know, it wasn't initially designed for a mobile device. Having the ability to put that and make that user experience designed for the fit of the screen is really key and really important for a user wanting to come back and utilize the services. And if you are using a mobile website, then once you leave that mobile website, when a customer leaves a mobile website, they're gone. But with an app, you've got ongoing, basically ongoing ability to market and promote your business to them. We're going to go through a number of those opportunities and kind of how we can do that in the webinar today. That's kind of really the purpose of this. But you know, if they leave that mobile website, they're gone. You know, they could close that page down, or you know, again, if it's like me, probably have 30 or 40 tabs open that stuff you were looking at months and months ago. So the ability to actually have that and market to them continually with the app, even when they haven't got the app open, is of key importance. Again, if you were here a little earlier when we began this webinar, you'll know that we're here at Easy Facility. We're a massive fan of a stat. Everyone loves a stat. So I just want to take you through some of the key ones that we see and we experience, and also from the vast amounts of industry research that's been done, some of the key stats that we want to highlight to you. So did you know that 85% of consumers say they're likely to opt in to push notifications if the notifications offer discounts? Once you've got them opted into push notifications, you're going to boost app engagement by 88%. Those push notifications have an open rate of 90%, and boosting app retention rates at least double. Did you know that users spend an average of 3 hours and 40 minutes on mobile devices a day? I'll let that figure sink in. You know, you consider we're working 7-8 hours a day. If the amount of time there that's spent on a mobile app, and then the amount of time we're sleeping, there's not too many hours left in the day. But it's a staggering figure of the amount of time a user is spending on a mobile device on average. Did you know that more than 50% of all smartphone users move mobile apps to their home screen for easy access? You know, it's so easy now to organize your life from your home screen. You know, you want to go to the gym, you've got your Amazon app there on the home screen as well. It gives you everything you need at a click of a button. So having a mobile app that allows you to market to those customers is important, but also the brand recognition, just from having an app that they download because they come to your sport or fitness facility, and having that on their home screen, it might even be that reminder they need to pop in. Oh, I haven't been to the gym for a couple of days. Right, I need to go and do a session. just that presence can it's more than just marketing to them. It's that presence of your business and continually making them aware of you and what you offer. Did you know that mobile apps accounted for 54% of all digital media usage in 2020? Did you know that mobile app users are more loyal to a brand than those who visit a mobile website? Some of the examples we've already talked about in this webinar so far, but again, being able to sort your home screen and people wanting to download your app, people wanting to hear from you, people wanting those push notifications is key. And then probably the most staggering or most eye-opening figure of all is did you know that the mobile point of sale revenue worldwide is expected to touch $48 billion by 2025? Really is a staggering amount of money that is being put through mobile apps, and being a part of that, allowing your gym, your facility, your sports facility to be a part of that is so important, and that number is only going to grow by the time we get to 2025. I've got no doubt that's we'll be looking at figures for 2030, and they're going to be even more eye-opening than that. All right, well, let's begin with let's start those 8 mobile marketing tips for sales and retention. These are really the 8 tips that we felt were really key to a business like yours, a sport and fitness facility, and the key things that you're able to do with an app. And as we go through these tips, I'll also talk about some of the successes we've heard from our existing customers or our existing facilities that have used this to great effect. So tip number 1 is push notifications. We've talked about push notifications quite a bit already in this webinar. We saw earlier that stat that 85% of people will opt into push notifications if you send them offers and promotions. So a notification that is going directly to a device of a user is a really powerful piece of marketing. Sending a push notification is really simple with the Easy Facility branded mobile app. And you can even choose to schedule them for a date and time in the future, which is really super useful for those promotions that are due to start early in the morning or late in the evening. Saves you having to get up, or maybe there's ones later in the evening, midnight. The time comes, you can set that notification to go out without having to physically go and send that at that particular time. The notification is going to go direct to a user's cell phone or device. I've got an example of one here that you can see on the screen. You're going to have up to 180 characters to use as well. They're also really impactful when you have last-minute changes to or messages that you need to get out to your members. Maybe a class has changed at the last minute. Maybe there's a new instructor, or it's moved to a new studio. Or you've had to cancel a class at the last minute. Things happen, life happens, and often, maybe you need to get a quick message out to people to say, hey, don't turn up because unfortunately this isn't happening today. The open and read rates are also far higher than an email. We talked earlier about the 90% open rate of a push notification. I was doing some research on the health and fitness industry email open rate, and those tend to hover at around 22% for an email versus 90% figure for a push notification. So if you need to get a message out to your members or to push some form of marketing, it really is the most impactful way to do it through a mobile app. Tip number 2, creating a free trial pass. Let's be honest, who doesn't love something for nothing? There are many ways that you can use a trial pass within the Easy Facility branded app. Perhaps you just want to set it up as a call to action for anybody who downloads your app but is not already a member of the facility. But if you wanted an app that was just for members only, then why not use the trial pass to allow existing members to request a trial pass for their friends? The terms and conditions and whatever that trial pass includes is fully controlled by you. And the details that you collect here, and again, we've got an example on the screen of the details it's going to collect. They're obviously also providing consent to say that they agree to the terms and conditions, and they're also able to view those terms and conditions through the app as well. And when they hit submit that request, that's going to come straight through to you, and there's a new lead there that you're able to reach out to and discuss the free trial pass with straight away. It's a really great way to generate leads and putting a call to action in your app. You know, often people will download an app. If I'm looking at a new facility, I might download the app and see what they offer, maybe look at some kind of class offerings. I might see what kind of trainers they've got, what kind of classes they do, what kind of setup the sports or the gym facility is there. But having a call to action is an important thing if you're looking to push your app to people like me that would be looking at an app for those kind of things. And by giving them something for nothing, that free trial pass is a great way of doing it. Tip number 3, sharing news, promos, and events. I'm sure the majority of your facilities have got promotions or events, especially leading into the holidays. I'm sure there's holiday events you've got coming up. I'm sure there's New Year offers that you're going to be looking to market to your members. And what better way to do that than using the announcements feature within the mobile app, you know, and allowing you to upload an image, a really impactful image. You know, they say images speak louder than words, and often by putting, like we can see here, somebody actually in the gym doing a training session, and targeting that message to the kind of people you're looking to attract to that offer is again a really great way to kind of market the business. And adding an announcement is really quick and easy. You can even set a time and a date or a time frame that stays live in the app for. Specifically good for those apps that do have an expiry date. You know, I mentioned the New Year stuff there earlier. You know, having a deadline on that and not allowing members to see those announcements after those dates when those offers have expired helps save any disappointment of somebody trying to claim an offer that's already expired. Tip number 4, sharing your schedules and allowing mobile booking. Allowing your members and sharing your schedules on the mobile app could be the most important thing that you do. It is probably the most popular and also the most heavily used feature within our branded mobile apps. We saw that stat earlier that 90% of the time on mobile devices is spent in apps. So why would you not want to put your schedules on an app and make it easy for your members to book? You can sort your sessions by date and time that we're seeing here. You could also sort them by activity or even by the instructor. And what's more, your members are able to create their own unique schedule as well, which is just for their own favorite classes. So they don't have to scroll through days and days worth of classes that they may not want to attend. They can create their own list of favorites and just see those classes that are coming up. And those favorites might be by their favorite instructor. It might be their favorite class type. It may be their favorite sessions that happen at the favorite time of day. You know, if you can only attend in the evening and you're working all day, then there's perhaps no point in having those sessions there. You can scroll through and see the favorites in any way, shape or form that you want. And another cool feature is the ability to enable wait lists, because there's nothing more frustrating for you guys than seeing a class is full and seeing that class is full all day, and right at the last minute you get a couple of last minute cancellations and there's nothing that you can do about it. There's no wait list, so there's nobody to take those slots. You're just hoping that someone turns up and is able to come in and fill one of those slots. Getting members to commit to a wait list, even if they don't make the cut this time, could also mean that they're going to book a lot earlier next time to make sure that they secure that space. So the waitlist is another great feature and allows your classes to continually be, utilized and at full capacity, because there's time and effort for you guys and the trainers that go into to getting those sessions ready. You want to make sure that you're doing them to a full class and not a half-empty studio. Tip number 5 is enabling mobile check-in. Now, if you imagine your members when they're getting ready to come to your facility, they're going to have to remember a whole host of things. Water bottle, towel, headphones, the grips. The list is endless of the things that they need to remember. So give them one less thing to remember and put their membership card in the app, because no one's forgetting their mobile device these days. As a human being, we become more and more attached to our mobile device by the day. So no one's leaving their phone behind. So by putting the membership card in the app, it means that they're always going to have that on hand to check in with. And it's a one-time setup for them as well. It's really, really handy and really straightforward for them to use. The first time that they log in, they're going to set up their mobile card that we can see here, and then it's there for them in the app every time. It's going to be ready for them, whether they're coming to that early morning session or they're coming to a session straight after the school run, when we know that we're all susceptible to forgetting stuff. So the easier you can make it for your members to check into the facility, the better. And furthermore, it's going to save you money. I'm sure you're probably paying for membership cards, whether they're plastic membership cards, key tags, RFID bands. There is some form of hardware that you are providing your members to check into the facility. And when a member leaves, it's very unlikely that you're going to get that back from them. So you're constantly having to top up your stock levels, which costs you money. With an electronic card, you can cut out those costs from your budget, push all your members to download, and they're able to check in electronically every time with their cell phone. And you can even make this part of your induction process. You can help them download the app. You can help them download their membership card. You can get this set up and configured for them when you're taking them around the gym, when you're showing them the equipment, when you're setting up that workout plan for them. This can just be another part of that process. So I'm sure there'll be members that are perhaps not quite as technically minded as others. So giving those members a helping hand to get their cards set up on their device so they never have to worry about it again is going to be really, really important. So we've seen some great success from facilities with the adoption of this membership card and electronic membership check-in by including it in part of the induction process. Tip number 6, integrating your social media channels. Making it easy for your clients to follow you on social media is really straightforward with the app. You can integrate Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and we can't see it there, but also Instagram as well. So whatever social media you are most prominent on, maybe you're prominent on all of them. Fantastic, you're doing damn sight better than I am. Maybe you're just prominent on one or two. You can have on your home screen your most common, most used social media platforms. Allows you to add it to your home screen, and whether we like it or not, social media is probably one of the first places that people are looking for you or for your business when they first hear about you. So the easier it is to find you, to find your real account and not think that they're following you and they're actually following somebody else, is really, really important. And by putting it on the home screen, it's one click, and you have Twitter there enabled. They can click onto that. They can go directly to your Twitter page, and obviously they'll likely be logged in on their device as well, so they can just one click, and they can follow you. What could be easier than a quick tap from your app home screen to find your social media? Tip number 7 is social check-ins, free advertising, as I like to talk about it. This is probably hands down my favorite tip. I'm probably a little bit more excited about it than I should be, but the social check-in feature in the Easy Facility branded mobile app can literally make your business endless amounts of money. By allowing your members to share the fact that they are attending your facility to their own social media channels, they are providing you with free advertising. What really could be better than that? They are telling their network that they're attending your facility, and it sparks interest in what they're doing. They can then click on that link, a link that you specify and put in there. So it might be a sign up page, it might be a link to your class booking page, however you want that to show. It allows them to go directly to your page, and a referral from an existing member is always going to be one of the strongest kind of prospects that you could receive. And what you could also do, something we've seen a number of our clients have great success with, is rewarding existing members for the amount of shares that they give to social media, whether it be the amount of shares you do in a week, the amount of shares you do in a month. The more it encourages them to attend more sessions and share them on social media, it gets the audience of your classes, your sessions, your facility out to a much wider market. And by rewarding them, you're giving them something back. So it's essentially marketing there that you put in the hands of your members. And by providing the excellent service that all of our facilities do, being able to push out the message that they're attending this session, or it just gives that wider range of marketing and gets it out to a much wider audience by using your members to push it out for you. As I said, free advertising, and what could be better than that? Tip number 8, our final tip, which is share the contact info and location info within your branded mobile app. If any of these previous 7 tips that we've looked at have enticed a prospect to check out what you offer, then you're probably going to want to make sure that they can find you and they know how to contact you. By sharing your contact info, you can advertise your phone number, your hours, your different telephone numbers for different departments, your email address, your website. You can also have an app that is with an address and a map within the app that goes directly to your facility. So whether they're on an iPhone or an Android device, they're going to be able to click the address here straight away and get directions up to your facility, especially if they're coming for the first time. They can get that map directly and send it straight to their device, however they're going to navigate to you. Really great way of making sure people find you. You can also share your other social media here as well. We looked at social media earlier and having it on your homepage, but it may be that Instagram is your social media preference of choice, and you're really active on Instagram. But you may also have other channels that perhaps you don't update as often, but there is it's still something that you're updating. So you can put all of your social media in here and make it easy for people to find you. So all of those tips allow you to kind of market the business there and link through different areas of departments or websites or social media channels, so that anything that people would need to contact you or turn up to your facility, they would know from the contact and hours section here that we're just looking at. So those are the eight tips there that we feel are really successful to mobile marketing, and great tips for improving sales and also improving retention for your existing member base. So I guess one of the questions you'll be asking now is how easy is it to get a branded mobile app set up? They're actually just 3 steps to getting your app in the App Store. The first one here is the design stage. So you're going to submit your logos, your brand colors, and our awesome designers are going to mock up your app and make it look just how you want it. They're going to, they're going to be there with you every step of the way, making sure that the design fits the exact specifications of what you want. And one thing that one thing to consider here, and I just want to spend a little bit of time talking through now, is our home screen builder. So it allows you to change and have full control over the home screen here that we're looking at any time. Because when you make the first time you get your app set up, the home screen that you build, maybe in 6 months' time, 3 months' time, you're going to want to update that and make some changes to that. There may be different preferences at that moment in time, some different call to actions that you want to put within the mobile app for your members. So our home screen builder puts you fully in control of designing your home screen. So our designers will get the colors and the branding, etc., exactly how you want it. But you're going to be able to move around the different tiles. Maybe you want to make the schedule more prominent. Maybe you want to add some latest news in there. All of these kind of things can be shifted about and moved about, and also based off the feedback from your members as well. If you're getting a whole host of members say, hey, I'm struggling to book a class, you may want to make your schedule more prominent. You may want to make it the biggest tile on the app. You might want to make it a bit more obvious where they go to book sessions, and you're able to make these changes at any time. So you're in full control of your app's home screen at every time. And of course, we're here to help if there's any questions down the road that you have. The second step to getting your app live in the App Store is the approval. So we're going to send you the design. We're of course going to make any changes to anything that you want to see, any of the load screens, the logos, the colors. We're going to make all of those changes, and then we're going to seek your approval on that before anything's done and before anything is built. And the final stage, once the app is built by our developers, we're going to upload it for to you for the iOS Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, and then it's going to be ready for your members to download, and really straightforward for them to search for you in their chosen app store and download the app that they want to see. And what's more, we have a dedicated team that provides you all the help and support you need at every stage of the process. They've literally released hundreds, if not thousands, of mobile apps for customers, and they're ready and will really help you through that whole process, because it is daunting. If you've never had a mobile app before, it can be a daunting prospect. What do we do at each stage, and we'll be here to walk you through that process. And of course, even after your app's live, we'll be here to help with any changes to the design that we've talked about, or any changes that you want to see in the app, or help you have kind of greater success with what you're looking to do. So we're here with you every step of the way. With my team here currently are releasing apps for clients in the US, in Canada, in the UK, and also Australia as well. So there are no limits. We can release apps for you wherever you are in the world. So just to finish, before we go on to the Q&A, I just wanted to go through. Miranda had touched on it a little bit earlier before we started, but there's as a thank you for joining this webinar and listening to the tips that we've given you today. There's a little bonus for you where we're going to give you 50% off your own custom branded mobile app for the first 6 months. So this offer is valid right the way through to the end of July next year. So the earlier you take up this offer, the more money that you're going to save. So this will also go out in the email that will follow with the recording of this webinar. But if you are interested and you want to claim that offer right now, then what you're able to do, if you just type yes or something something positive in the chat there, then we will be able to reach out to you after this webinar, give you all the info and talk you through the process, and perhaps discuss that offer in a little bit more detail with you as well. So thank you for listening to those tips for sales and retention. I'm going to pass you back over to Miranda now, who's going to lead through the Q&A. But I can see we've got a few questions kind of coming in already. So you know, I'll be here to help answer those as we go.
Yeah. Great, thank you, Steve. Those were some excellent tips, and glad we got to walk everyone through the process too of really how easy it is to set up the app. It is so turnkey, the process that we have. It's pretty incredible to think you could have your own custom mobile app in 3 steps like that. So it's really great. I know there are some questions coming in about building the app. So let's start with a couple of those. First, could you tell us, put kind of maybe a time frame to those 3 steps that you mentioned? How long does that typically take?
Yeah, that's a great question. And really, I would, if we're looking for a specific time frame, I'm probably saying around the 6-week mark from literally that moment that you say, hey, yep, we want to go with a branded app, to the point of, hey, it's available to download in the App Store for your members. But of course, there's a few things, you know, if we get all the info from you for the design stage, and we get all your artwork, and you're happy with the design, and that's something that can speed up the process as well. So I think around 6 weeks is the time frame that we would like to say that you allow, but often we're releasing apps much quicker than that.
Great. Okay, thanks. And then we do have I think a similar question about the cost to build the app. So if you don't mind just giving us an overview of that as well.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So the app, like your Easy Facility account, is a monthly recurring subscription fee, like easy, you know, similar to the Easy Facility account subscription fees there. For our clients based in the US, it's $99 per month, so you can get an idea of how much you're going to save with that offer. For our clients in the UK, it is £75 per month. So it kind of gives you the range of pricing there. The only other thing to consider is the one-time setup fee for the design of your app, which is again the same amount that we just discussed, so $99 or £75 for the one-off setup fee. So those are the costs there that you would expect with the branded mobile app.
Perfect, thank you. Yeah, and it does look like there are a few people interested in that offer, so I think that really puts in perspective, you know, what a deal that is too. So great that people want to take advantage of that. So a couple more questions. How well does the app integrate with Easy Leagues? So essentially, maybe actually this is a good time to touch on how the app integrates with Easy Facility software in general, as well as Easy Leagues specifically.
Yeah, of course. So the app itself can integrate with all areas of the Easy Leagues and the Easy Facility system itself. We looked at the schedule there, was one of the tips there that we'd talked about, and having your sessions that are configured in your Easy Facility account on your branded mobile app. And there are really no limits to kind of what we can do with that, especially with the schedule. So it may be that you're going to put your whole timetable onto your Easy Facility account, and you want all of those sessions to be available for your members to book. Or it may be that you only have specific sessions that you want your members to book on the app for. Maybe the app is a members only thing. Maybe it's specific for a certain number of clients. You can set that so that only certain sessions appear, and this is something we will go through with any client in that full setup and configuration. We'll do a full onboarding call and show you how you can configure certain sessions versus others, or how you can put all of your sessions on. The app also, I think the original question was around Easy Leagues. So the app can integrate well with your Easy Leagues, your public sites, and being able to display your leagues. Really depends what you want to get out of it. If it's just simply an app to put your Easy League, you know, your fixtures and results and league tables and things like that on, then absolutely it can do that. Or it could be that maybe you want to integrate your sign up to your league. So going that kind of one step further to integrate everything from the whole Easy Leagues setup. So all of that can be done. And yeah, I mean, probably just leave it at that for now, but absolutely, if anyone wants to go into kind of more specifics, then we can definitely reach out after this call.
Yeah, definitely. If anyone wants more technical detail on anything related to the app, we're happy to follow up via email or a dedicated call, as Steve said. Another question here, can customers self-design an app? And this question was asked by Steve. There may be some background here that you may need to give us to answer this entirely correctly, but maybe Steve, you can talk to the design process that we have and kind of what your recommendations would be around customers who want to be more involved in that design process.
Yeah, of course. So I talked there briefly about the home screen builder, and part of that home screen builder is giving you the ability to self-design your app. Easy Facility deals with works with a number of clients from small operations right the way through to much larger operations, and of course what comes with that is the larger operations have a larger team. They may already have somebody with the skills and expertise to design that home screen and to design the branded app. So of course that's absolutely possible. Again, all through the home screen builder allows you to design your app. Some steps, of course, we will take care of the design of your assets for your things like your app icon, which is the icon that's going to appear on your home screen when it's downloaded on somebody's app, the load screen. But of course, the more assets that you've got, then it may be that you just send that to us. We give you the specifications, and it's there ready for our design team, and let's work for them. So yeah, that's great. So absolutely, yes, they can self-design the app to a degree if we're specifically talking about the home screen itself.
Perfect. Hopefully that answers that question. Another question that we have here. So one question I just want to address quickly, Miranda, you asked about how do we enable mobile check-in. It sounds like you're already using the app and maybe having some technical issues with it. Please feel free to reach out to our support team, support@easyfacility.com, and they'll be able to help you with that. Not sure that we have the opportunity here to go into the technical background of that, but definitely want to get you set up with that. It is an excellent feature, as Steve mentioned. Another question that was asked here, someone asked about integrating the app with groups that were initially set up on Google Forms. And I do not believe that we directly integrate with Google Forms because, of course, we have our own functionality for creating groups and teams within Easy Facilities software, so that will be integrated with your full membership database. But I did want to bring up this question to you, Steve, so that maybe we can touch on that one more time. So just how does the app operate in terms of groups?
Yeah, so again, I was talking there about the Easy Leagues part of it just a moment ago, and obviously one of the things that ties into Easy Leagues is, of course, groups to allow those registrations and online registrations of the sessions or the leagues or whatever it is that they're registering for through groups, and all of that can be integrated through the app. It really depends. There's so many more questions that kind of spiral off of that question itself. So again, more than happy to set up a call or reach out to whoever asked that question afterwards. But in a nutshell, really, Easy Facility can integrate. Sorry, the branded app can integrate with Easy Facility groups.
Perfect. I had a couple of people mention MemberMe Plus here, which is another form of mobile app through Easy Facility. So wondered if you could speak to the differences between MemberMe Plus and the branded app that Easy Facility offers.
Of course, yeah. So our MemberMe Plus is our aggregated app, our aggregate app. So just to give you an idea of how that would work for a user, so a member of your facility would go to the App Store, they would search for MemberMe Plus, and then they would download that app. Then they would search for your facility, would find your facility, and they would see the basic version of our aggregated app in the MemberMe Plus app within the app. They would also see any other facility, if there was a facility with a similar name, depending on how they're searching for it, they would also see facilities within a certain range if they were searching by, a zip code or a postcode or whatever. The branded mobile app is obviously as it said, a branded app that they would download from the App Store themselves. So they would physically go and search for Joe's Gym or whatever the name of your facility is. Empire Sport Fit is the example we were looking at throughout this webinar. So they would specifically search for your name of your facility in the App Store.
Excellent. Yeah, and I think one way I like to think of this too, mobile marketing is definitely a powerful tool no matter how you use it. And so, Easy Facility, we are trying to offer that to you in a couple of formats. The MemberMe Plus version of it being aggregate means that your business will be listed alongside all of Easy Facility's other customers, which could mean that it could mean that competitors in your area are showing up, or like Steve said, similar named businesses could show up when they search for you. You are still getting a lot of the benefits of having a mobile app, but you are missing that customization, the power of it being your branded app. It says your business name there. It is completely 100% tailored to you, and gives that really customized member experience. So it's just sort of a level of customization and specificity that you can offer, and just giving you that extra control. So that's really the main difference there. All right, got a couple more questions here. Sorry, just picking out ones that might be popular or many people want to kind of know. Is there a limit on the number of push notifications that can be sent, or any sort of extra fees or anything for that?
So there isn't, no. The push notifications within the branded app, you can send unlimited push notifications out to your members or anyone with the app downloaded.
Okay, great. Oh, and question here, going back to MemberMe Plus versus the branded app. People are curious about the cost difference between the two. Is that something you can speak to?
Of course, yeah. So a MemberMe Plus app is included in the majority of Easy Facility price packages. As I said, it's an aggregated app that is there and available for all of our users, so all of our clients to download and use if they want to. It may not automatically be enabled for you if you haven't requested it to be enabled, but it is there and available to use depending on the price package that you've got. And of course, if there's any queries on that, then we can have your account manager reach out to you. The branded app, obviously, as we said, is an add-on. It is a premium product. There's it does give you a whole host of additional features that you're able to use with the branded app versus the MemberMe Plus app, a couple of which we've talked about in this webinar, being the home screen builder, which is obviously allows you to be fully in control of your home screen, design it exactly how you want it, your colors, your specifications, moving tiles wherever you want them, having larger tiles versus smaller tiles, etc. And also a key feature that one of the real benefits that we see from the branded app versus the MemberMe Plus is the waitlist feature. I talked about it in the actual presentation itself, but the ability to be able to do that with it is a branded app feature, so it requires the branded app to be able to do that. So in terms of the original question, which was around the cost difference, obviously the branded app, you're not paying any additional for the MemberMe Plus, depending on again, as I said, what package you're on. But the branded app is that add-on, that premium product there.
Excellent. So I think we'll take maybe two more questions. So go ahead and get those in if you haven't yet. This first question here, can you give a little more detail on the waitlist feature that was just mentioned and the difference between the two?
Of course, yeah. So the waitlist feature, so if you're going to enable that in your branded app, so let's say you've got a class, it's really popular, you've got, let's use a spinning class. The spinning class is the one I always like to use because there you have a set number of bikes. You can't have any more people turn up to that session than well, you could, but they're not going to be able to do much. So you've got a set number of people that can turn up to that class. If that class is full and you enable the waitlist, it's going to allow that, let's say for ease of this, the class is 10, that 11th person that goes to book, they're going to see that the spaces is full, but it's going to give them the option to book onto the waitlist. When they book onto that waitlist, there is a couple of different options that you can do as a facility, and this is really the personal preference to you. But the first one, and the one I would always advise, is you have your waitlist. That 11th person that registers is priority number one, and if somebody cancels, then that 11th person goes straight into that vacant space. The other option that you can have is have a full waitlist, and if one person cancels, so a space becomes available, then an email goes out to all of those people on the waitlist, and the first one that clicks the link to say, "Yep, I'll take that space," is the one that gets the space essentially. So the first option that I talked about is really the one that's going to take away any admin for you, and it's probably also going to take away any headaches or any arguments of, hey, I was the 11th, I registered first, why didn't I get that space? And being able to give a priority and say, if you're the 11th person that registers, you're the one that's going to get shifted into that space. And as a member, it probably changes that mindset as well. If you're booking 2 days out and you know that you're the first person on the wait list, you know that actually there's probably a good chance that you might get into that session. Whereas if your wait list is quite a big one and there's only a couple of hours to go, then perhaps their mindset is, actually, I'll book on just in case, but the likelihood is I'm probably not going to get in. So it takes away the admin for you by having them automatically go in. But both options are available and can be configured through the app.
Perfect. I think we'll do one last question here. So this would be, if I have 2 facilities or multiple facilities, will I need multiple mobile apps?
That's a great question. And the answer to that is no. What we have the ability to do is you're going to have one branded app. So that's the brand that you market. You have one app, you are this facility, and you have site A, site B, site C. Allows you to have a drop down within that mobile app. So similar, they can download the app, and the first thing that they're going to do is choose what club they want to, what club is their home club. And it might be that your members only go to that one facility. If I sign up to site A, I always go to site A. Or it might be that actually you're signing up to a membership for this facility, and you can go to site A, site B, and however many sites you've got. Giving them the ability to choose and switch between the two means you just have one custom branded mobile app in the App Store, and the additional locations are added first, based off how many locations you have within your Easy Facility account, and of course how many locations you want to have that branded mobile app for.
Perfect. Excellent. Well, it looks like that's all the questions we have for today. So thank you again, Steve, for all of the information. Really exciting to hear always about effective marketing techniques and great retention tips and all of that. So thank you again for the presentation, and great questions from everyone as well. So I hope that everyone is now thinking about ways that they can add mobile marketing into their mix in 2022. And we'll be sure to follow up with any of you who requested information on the offer or had some questions about the apps that you're currently using as well.
Fantastic, brilliant. Thank you everyone for your time. Really appreciate you joining.
Yes, thank you all for joining. Bye.
Thanks everyone.